Scout Automobile, welcome to Start. And today, don't blink, don't skip, don't even breathe too loud. Because what you're about to hear is not just a car story. It's a final love letter written in speed, sound, carbon fiber, and pure madness. This is the 2027 Audi R8, the legend that refuses to die quietly. This is to-battle style storytelling, smooth, dramatic, cinematic, and dangerous in the best way possible. The moment you hear the name Audi R8, your heartbeat already changes. It's not a normal reaction, it's mechanical emotion. Since day one, the R8 was never made to be practical, never made to be polite, and never made to ask permission. It was built to shock, to flex, to dominate highways and racetracks alike. And now in 2027, Audi doesn't just bring back the R8, it rebirths it like a final boss, returning stronger, louder, and smarter than ever before. Picture this scene in your mind. Night city, empty road, streetlights reflecting on sharp metallic skin. The silhouette is low, wide, aggressive, like a predator waiting to pounce. The 2027 Audi R8 doesn't scream for attention, it commands it. Every line is sharper, every curve more intentional. This is not designed for beauty alone, this is designed for fear and desire at the same time. The front end hits first, ultra-wide single-frame grille, darker, deeper, more menacing. Laser matrix headlights slice through the night like blades, with a signature light pattern that makes people know exactly what's coming even before they hear it. Air intakes are massive, functional, unapologetic. This car doesn't pretend to be friendly. It looks like it wants to race everything in front of it, including your expectations. Move to the side and the stance becomes criminally wide. Low ground clearance, muscular side blades, carbon fiber everywhere you look. The side blades are no longer just visual drama, they're active aerodynamic elements, adjusting airflow at speed, squeezing performance out of physics itself. The wheels are massive, lightweight forged alloys wrapped in sticky rubber that looks like it could bite the road and never let go. At the rear, the 2027 Audi R8 shows its true intentions. A wide diffuser, functional vents, aggressive aero fins, and a wing that doesn't ask if you like it. OLED taillights glow with a futuristic animation when you unlock the car, like it's waking up from sleep. Quad exhaust outlets sit low and wide, promising a soundtrack that will live rent-free in your soul. And now, let's talk about the heart, because this is where legends are made or destroyed. Everyone was scared. Everyone asked the same question. Is the V10 dead? Audi listened, and instead of killing the soul, they evolved it. The 2027 Audi R8 comes with a next-generation hybrid, assisted V10 powertrain. Yes, the V10 lives. Louder, angrier, smarter. This naturally aspirated V10 is paired with an advanced electric motor, not to silence it, but to sharpen it. Combined output pushes beyond 720 horsepower, with instant electric torque filling every gap in acceleration. 0 to 60 happens in around 2.6 seconds, but numbers don't explain the feeling. The feeling is violence controlled by intelligence. Press the start button and the engine doesn't just start, it erupts. The V10 screams with a high-pitched mechanical howl that modern turbo engines can only dream of. At low speeds, the electric mode lets you glide silently, almost teasing the world. But once you switch to dynamic mode, the beast wakes up fully. Exhaust valves open, revs climb, and suddenly the road becomes your stage. Audi's legendary Quattro all-wheel drive system has been completely recalibrated for 2027. It's smarter, faster, more predictive. Torque is sent exactly where it's needed before you even realize you need it. The result is insane grip, insane confidence, and insane corner exit speed. This is not a car that fights you, it makes you feel like a hero even when you're not. The transmission is a lightning-fast dual-clutch system tuned specifically for performance driving. Upshifts crack like gunshots. Downshifts come with aggressive rev, matching that sounds like the car is growling at the road. Paddle shifters are solid metal, cold to the touch, reminding you this machine is real, not a video game. Now step inside, and the 2027 Audi R8 proves that brutal performance and luxury can coexist beautifully. The cabin is driver-focused, tight, purposeful, and premium. You don't sit in the R8, you wear it. Carbon fiber trim flows across the dashboard. Alcantara wraps every surface your body touches, and leather stitching is precise like surgical work. The digital cockpit is next level. A curved OLED display sits behind the steering wheel, showing everything from speed and revs to real-time G-forces, lap times, and hybrid power flow. The steering wheel itself is flat-bottomed, thick, and loaded with controls including drive modes, exhaust settings, and suspension adjustments. You don't need to look away from the road, because everything you need is right there. Seats are aggressively bolstered bucket seats, designed to hold you in place when physics tries to throw you out. They're heated, ventilated, and surprisingly comfortable for long drives. But let's be honest, this car is not about long relaxing trips. This is about adrenaline, focus, and connection. Audi didn't forget technology either. The infotainment system is fast, responsive, and minimal. Wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, performance telemetry recording, heads-up display, and even augmented reality navigation for track use. Yes, the R8 can literally guide you through racing lines on a circuit. Sound system. Of course, Bang & Olufsen tuned specifically for the R8's cabin acoustics. But most of the time you won't even care, because the real music is behind your head. The V10 soundtrack bouncing off tunnels, buildings, and mountains is better than any playlist. Suspension on the 2027 Audi R8 is adaptive and intelligent. In comfort mode, it's surprisingly civilized, absorbing bumps and imperfections like a luxury coupe. Switch to dynamic or performance mode, and the car tightens up instantly. Magnetic ride suspension reads the road thousands of times per second, adjusting damping to keep the car flat, stable, and razor sharp. Brakes are massive carbon ceramic units, delivering insane stopping power with zero fade. You can push lap after lap, hard braking again and again, and the R8 just asks for more. Steering is precise, direct, and full of feedback. This is one of those rare modern supercars that still talks to the driver. Safety hasn't been ignored either. Advanced driver assistance systems are present, but subtle. Lane assist, adaptive cruise, collision warning, but all calibrated not to ruin the driving experience. Audi knows this car is for drivers, not passengers. Now let's talk about what the 2027 Audi R8 represents, because this car is more than metal and horsepower. It represents an era. An era where engines had personality, where sound mattered, where driving felt emotional. In a world going electric and silent, the R8 stands as a final rebellion, a bridge between past and future. Audi is rumored to produce the 2027 R8 in limited numbers. This isn't mass production. This is exclusivity. This is collectors watching closely. Prices, expected to start high and climb fast, because everyone knows what this is. A future classic. A car that will be remembered long after most EVs are forgotten. Every drive in the 2027 Audi R8 feels like an event. You don't just go somewhere, you arrive. People turn heads, phones come out, conversations stop, kids point, enthusiasts nod in respect. This is automotive presence at its peak. And the craziest part, despite all this power, all this drama, the R8 is still usable. You can daily it if you're brave enough. Visibility is decent. Controls are logical. Reliability, thanks to Audi engineering, is better than most supercars in its class. This is a supercar you can actually live with. On the highway, it's stable, planted, and confident. At high speeds, the car feels like it's glued to the road. Wind noise is controlled, cabin feels solid, and the engine just hums, waiting for you to press deeper. On a mountain road, the R8 becomes something else entirely. It dances, it rotates, it grips and launches out of corners with brutal efficiency. You feel connected, involved, alive. This is why people love cars. This is why legends exist. The 2027 Audi R8 is not trying to compete with anyone anymore. It doesn't need to prove itself. It knows who it is. It's the final evolution of a name that changed Audi forever. The car that took Audi from luxury to supercar royalty. When this car eventually leaves production, there will be silence. Not the peaceful kind, but the kind that feels like something important is gone. That's why this R8 matters. That's why this moment matters. So if you ever see a 2027 Audi R8 on the road, don't just watch it pass. Listen, feel, remember. Because you're not just seeing a car. You're witnessing history moving at full throttle. Scout Automobile, welcome to Start. And this was not just a review. This was a tribute to speed, sound, and soul.